مساكم الله بالخير وحياكم الله في ديوانية الياقوت والانصاري، يوميا معكم من الساعة 1 للساعة 3. اليوم معنا طبعا السفيرة الامريكية في لقاء خاص عندنا، طبعا ألينا رومانوفسكي. Did I say that right?
You said it perfectly.
Oh, thank God. First of all, welcome to the show. Welcome
you.
to the radio station. Welcome to 360. Welcome to all the above.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
طبعا اللي انتم راح تسمعونه اللي هو الاغنيه اللي امس حطوها في الانستغرام، هم الكل قام يشغل اغنيتهم اللي كلما زادت المحن، لكن الاغنيه غنوها مجموعه جدا ممتازه. انا بسمعكم الاغنيه وبعدين نرجع على الحوار مع سعاده السفيره في نبض الكويت. خالد، موجوده الاغنيه عندك؟ موجودة؟ يلا let's see how fast he can do that. يلا مساكم الله بالخير مرة ثانية في ديوانية الياقوت الانصاري مع الامباسادور سفيرة الولايات المتحدة لدولة الكويت ألينا رومانوفسكي. بنعرف شوية عن تفاصيل الأغنية. We want to know. First of all, thank you very much for the song. We loved it. Tell us about the song.
So first of all, it's great to be on your show. It's the first radio show that I'm doing here in Kuwait, so thanks for doing that.
What a great anniversary for us, huh?
It's a great anniversary. Speaking of anniversary, I am 2 days into my second year here in Kuwait.
Congratulations.
I know, it's exciting. It's
How do you say that in Polish? How do I say that?
I have no idea. I never learned Polish, much to my father's chagrin. The song. So we're very excited about the song, and thank you for playing it for everybody on the air. This came out of a great initiative by our public affairs section to try to bring Kuwaiti and American artists to celebrate the 30th anniversary of liberation. And so we found an American oud player who also is a vocalist and sings and speaks Arabic, as well as finding 11 artists in the Kuwaiti Performing Arts Center, the LAPA, LAPA. And we brought them together, most of it virtually, I think, and they created this wonderful rendition of a very, very old folkloric Kuwaiti song. And we're very excited it came out as well as it did, with a little bit of an upbeat, I think.
Yeah, we love the upbeat. I mean, it's different. It's something new. We love re-singing songs. طبعا السفيرة تقول إن أول شيء هي قاعدة تحتفل في الانيفرساري مالها، صار لها من يومين تقريبا، صار لها سنتين في دولة الكويت. وطبعا الأغنية يجمعوا ناس من مجموعة لابا. طبعا لابا أعتقد إنهم مجموعة من مع لوياك إذا ماني غلطان. ولقوا اللي تعزف العود، إذا تشوفونها بالفيديو، مع أكثر من 11 واحد كلهم غنوا الأغنية. بس الأغنية وايد عجيبة، وايد ريتمك، وايد حلوة. سمعتها أمي؟
يبا they did a good remix صراحة.
Okay.
Remake and they pumped it up.
Ambassador, you're between Cleveland, Ohio, and Tucson, Arizona.
Southwest. Tucson, Arizona. Well, that's great. So
different way of thinking.
Different way of thinking. Yeah,
this is the guy who gets pulled by the police every night. He goes out because they suspect he's a drug dealer.
No. They asked me for my I-20.
I don't even want to comment on that.
They asked me for my I-20. I look like just
when he grows a beard, that's it, you know.
Yeah, they just think.
And then, tell us about the embassy, the activities for the 30th anniversary of Kuwait liberation. يعني صار لنا 30 سنة ولله الحمد. يعني كانت هناك يعني حتى بعض الفيديوهات اللي أنا شفتها ب انستغرام السفارة. يعني انستغرام السفارة تشوفون تاريخ تحرير دولة الكويت، تشوفون تجمع القوات، المارينز، الاير فورس، الكورليشن فورسز اللي اتحدوا، تشوفون السبيتش مالت جورج بوش في اول يوم صارت الضربة الجوية اللي هي يوم 17 يناير. هذا تاريخ بالنسبة لنا، حق اللي عشنا احنا اللي كنا عايشين داخل الكويت، كنا نحس فيها بكل ثانية. بس السفارة مسوين اكتيفيتيز وايدة، فأنا حبيت أعرف من سعادة السفيرة الاكتيفيتيز اللي سوتها السفارة. So can you tell us a little bit about the activities?
Yeah, so we have a lot of activities that we're going to be doing in the run-up to the February 26th. But I have to start by saying, COVID and the social distancing and all of the restrictions really put parameters around what we could do that is different than what we normally would have done in the past, which is, gathering a large group of people and celebrating, etc. So we, again, thought of some creative things that we could do that wouldn't draw a crowd, but still brings the celebration to Kuwaiti people and to Americans. So we have a series of testimonials. We went out and interviewed Kuwaitis who had really compassionate stories about their experience in Kuwait at the time. We reached out to some Americans to also give their rendition. They had served here as military officers. We also wanted to show the cultural side, the fact that our people have stayed together and supported each other for 30 years. So hence the song, why we wanted to do the song together. We also have, I'm not going to say too much because some of these are surprises, but we have a beautiful glass sculpture that we're assembling between a Kuwaiti and an American artist. We'll roll that out and we'll give you more information a little later. I'll tempt you with that later.
Okay.
And then we also, obviously, because it is a significant military event between our two countries and in this region, we're also going to commemorate it with respecting our military officers with some recognition of the work that we've done together, and that also we're working with announcing that. So we have a lot of activities. We hope people would tune in to the testimonials that are on both Twitter and also on Instagram. They really are touching stories across Kuwaiti society. Many Kuwaitis who were in the States enlisted in the military service and came back.
Cool.
Some have stayed here in Kuwait and established foundations. So there's a lot of really compassionate stories, and they're heartfelt and they're really, really beautifully done. Beautifully done.
طبعا الاكتيفيتيز يعني انا ببدي من اخر شيء لاول شيء انه يعني قاعد يسوون مثل السكلبتشر
صح عندهم مسوي مثل تمثال ثلجي
واحد امريكي وكويتي
واحد
فنانين انه عشان يسوونها راح تعطينا تفاصيل عنها بعد شوي. طبعا العلاقه الوطيده ما بين الشعب الامريكي والشعب الكويتي يعني تاصلت بقوه، وفي ناس يعني كانوا موجودين وخذوا قصصهم. القصص هذه شوي شوي يبدون يطلقونها السفارة الأمريكية في حسابهم بتويتر وبإنستغرام كقصص، ولكن بسبب كوفيد يعني الآن إحنا مو قاعد نشوف الاحتفالات كما هي تبيها كسفيرة في الولايات المتحدة في دولة الكويت، ولكن هذه القصص قاعد تتكلم عن تاريخ، عن تأصيل. احنا نتكلم عن 30 سنة في ناس جت من أمريكا وقعدت ولا زالت موجودة هني. صح. والقصص اللي قاعد نسمعها قصص مختلفة من يعني من مختلف الناس. For us, I mean, I was here through the whole time. I used to follow CNN, and what you should, I mean, I'm sure you know that we're not even allowed to open the TV when they come for inspection. When the Iraqis come for inspection, right, we have to turn off the TV or change the channel because we're not allowed to watch anything. We used to watch CNN through a Bahrain channel. Yeah. Okay?
Really?
Sure. Yes.
Wow.
Then there was no satellites, Ambassador. So we used to go to the roof and change the antenna to pick up Bahrain. Bahrain was also all the time CNN. So we used to watch it. Whenever we have inspection, we turn the antenna around. Okay, face it towards Iraq. Okay, but we used to follow minute by minute to know exactly what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. The most amazing second, and I say second, was when the airstrike started. We felt it because the amount of bombardment that happened on that day, even in Kuwait, we heard it. We woke up and the house was shaking. All of a sudden, all the radio stations appeared because there was no jamming. The U.S. forces, hit all the, hit everything that was strategical for the media to disturb all the signals and everything. There's so much thing that has been done then that we're not aware of. But all of a sudden, we heard the voices. We heard Kuwaiti voices, the Kuwaiti radio station. We heard, the American, Voice of America. Everything we heard. But for me, was the most amazing sight was watching the U.S. helicopters. After that was on Liberation Day, coming on top of the U.S. Embassy, Liam Hilton, by the old
American.
Embassy,
where the old embassy
and
was,
the Marines were just
They made
coming
the drop.
down.
Yeah.
Amazing sight.
Yeah.
طبعا انا قاعد اشرح لها شغلات انتم سمعتوها مني 1000 مره على السنين اللي
خلينا نشغل لهم
فاتت
الفيديو
كلها.
باكر.
زين. فانا قاعد اقول شغلات تسمعونها مني وكنتوا تسمعونها في كل يوم اقولها شلون كان شعورنا هني في الكويت والضربه الجويه والامور هذه كلها. فكنت اشرح لها بس هذا الشيء. You should I mean I speak on behalf of people who cannot reach you. There is a strong relationship between us and the American citizens. This is something that is not going to have an end at all, because this is an ever-dead story.
Well,
Okay.
it's great to hear that, but
Yeah.
also your own testimonial just a minute ago about how someone who was here in Kuwait and was listening to that is again a part of that story that we share together. And you know, I've been a year here in Kuwait, and I've heard so many stories like yours of people who were here. And they share that really profound bond between Americans and Kuwaitis that won't go away. And we've just continued to build on that for the last 30 years. And it's very exciting. It really is exciting. And we're going to keep building it.
إن شاء الله. طبعا شو اسمه العلاقة اللي قاعدة تتكلم عنها إن هذه علاقة قوية دامت 30 سنة وراح تدوم أطول وراح تصير أقوى. في عندي بريك بسيط وراح أرجع لكم مع السفيرة ألينا رومانسكي سفيرة الولايات المتحدة لدى دولة الكويت ونكمل السوالف. بس السوالف شوية شخصية عائلية. خلكم معنا في نهضة الكويت.
نقول لها الإذاعة غير. Radio is always different.
خلينا نسولف معاها عن سوالف الأكل.
It's fun.
يلا خلينا نشوف شنو أكلاتها المفضلة. What's your favorite Kuwaiti dish?
Oh, well, you know what? Because of COVID, I haven't been out, but I will say that so far my favorite is mahbous.
لحم or chicken?
Both.
Both.
Not together, separately, but yes.
They cannot be mixed.
They can't be mixed, right.
Okay. ما يحتاج له ترجمة بعد. مكبوس لحم مكبوس chicken. إنجليزي عربي. It's the same thing. يعني I don't have to translate it for you guys.
You have to try something called ميدم.
ميدم.
Yeah, that's rice with fish on top. But not like they take the whole fish and they shred it.
Yeah.
Mix it with spices and stuff, and they spread it on top of the rice. But I'm not going to tell you what kind of fish is it.
It's local fish, right?
Shark.
It's shark.
It's shark.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it tastes good.
It tastes great.
Amazing.
Amazing.
You have to try it. It's
Okay,
really
so where do I
traditional
get
stuff
it here in Kuwait?
We'll hook you up. We'll hook you up.
You have to tell me what restaurant.
We will.
بنسألها عن سوالف الدواوين وزياراتها الدواوين. Do you visit ديوانية as ambassador?
Well, I did when I first got here when Diwaniyas were open. But as you know, Diwaniyas are not open.
Yep.
Right.
So I am really looking forward to getting back into the Diwaniya culture, which is so famous here in Kuwait and around the Gulf. But you know, we've tried to make Diwaniyas with a number of people that are socially distanced, and it's a wonderful culture, though. It's a great place to have a conversation, a relaxing conversation, a serious conversation, and a fun conversation, at least what I've experienced here so far in Kuwait.
This is our way of doing the Diwaniyah live on the radio. We've been doing it for 15 years, me and Khalid. That's why it's #1 show, because we brought the concept of Diwaniyah here. It's fun, it's social, and it's serious at the same time.
Right.
So it's a great impression that you have that about the Diwaniyahs that, you know, but how do you have an idea how many did you go on daily basis visit Diwaniyahs? Or?
I didn't have a chance to go on a daily basis. I did, I would say maybe 5 or 6 Diwaniyahs early in February of last year. And then COVID hit very early. But to your point about Diwaniyahs on the radio station, we're doing Diwaniyahs on Zoom, using online technology to do some Diwaniyahs to do the work that we need to do, which is to reach out to the Kuwaiti people and to bring American experts to support what goes on here in Kuwait. So we've used technology really effectively. You asked what's going on in the embassy. Well, a lot of that is online. And that's what we're all doing, and it's everybody's getting more comfortable, everybody's using it. We adapted it from the home. People were doing it to talk to their parents overseas, to their kids overseas as students, and we said, well, why not use it here to do our work.
طبعا باختلاطها بالدواوين وايد كانت يعني مرتاحة، لأن يعني في هناك مواضيع جادة، هناك مواضيع اجتماعية،
تحتك مع الشعب
في ضحك احتكاك مع الشعب كان يعني كانت تروح دواوين طبعا وقفت في فبراير بسبب كوفيد لكن الآن قاعد يمارسون سالفة الديوانية بالزوم بالاي تي علشان يظلون باحتكاك مباشر ما بينهم ما بين الناس ما بين الطلبة وما بين المجاميع هذه كلها. انزين راح اسالها عن انطباعها عن السوشيال ميديا عندنا. What's your impression about the social media?
Well,
or your experience?
My experience. Well, I have to say my experience with social media, which really started here in Kuwait, I have to say, is very positive. It's positive in that it's a great way for me and also our embassy to get information out to Kuwaitis about all sorts of things, whether it's COVID, whether it's U.S. policy, whether it's cultural stuff that we're doing. But it's a great way to get information, and it's also a great way, frankly, to make sure the information that gets out is accurate and useful for people. I've had a lot of great comments back on some of the things that I've said. I've had some great suggestions.
Told you I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of her.
Which I say, you know, I listen to and I take advantage of. But it's a great way to communicate.
People
a positive
are really
way.
engaged.
Keep it positive.
No, I like the activity of social media from the ambassador and the U.S. embassy. It's amazing, by the way. It's amazing.
Ambassador,
you did not follow him, by the way, right?
No, she did not follow.
I'm not following
only me. Don't. Okay, thank you very much. You followed me
jealous.
after the TV show. Thank you so
He's
much.
He's teasing me. He said the ambassador followed me, did not follow you. So okay, fine, no problem. At least I'm following her.
Okay, you make me feel guilty. I'll follow you guys.
That's cool. I got one more. Okay, Ambassador. The cool thing about the Twitter, I see your account is very active on Twitter. I saw some of the videos showing Marines and other enlisted men and women cooking sometime, the barbecue thing, and some of the activities. People are really enjoying that thing. I see a lot of interaction.
Well, there is, and we're using the IT, the social media, as a way to really bring what we do into the homes of Kuwaitis, into the phones of Kuwaitis, wherever they're getting it, their computers. But it's a way to connect in a time when you just can't have lots and lots of people. I mean, I would have loved to have had, you know, Kuwaitis in the embassy to watch the Marines grill, but you just can't do it safely.
Yeah,
so you bring that feeling, that excitement to them. And so I think it's a great way to do that.
طبعا حسابهم في السفارة، احنا قاعد نتكلم عن حسابهم بالسوشيال ميديا، بتويتر، بانستغرام. طيب وايد فعال، وايد في معلومات، وايد في شغلات، وعندهم تواصل يومي، وانا من الناس المتابعين حق حسابهم، متابعين حقهم بالانستغرام. وعلى فكرة حتى بالستوري بالانستغرام لما اكتب لهم كومنتس ولا شيء، في ناس ترد عليك من السفارة ويتفاعلون معك وياخذون ويشوفون ويتابعون. انا احط ستوري اشوف يو اس امباسي قاعد يتابعوني، قاعد يشوفون الستوريز اللي انا احطها، وهذا شيء جدا ممتاز صراحة. يعني يحسسك انه في حساب متواصل معك بصفة عامة، وهذا شيء وايد حلو في الوقت الحالي، خصوصا ان هي الوسيلة الوحيدة. تقول يعني حتى يعني احنا لما تسوي احيانا اللي هي الطبخات مالت المارينز لما يطبخون في السفارة الامريكية، انزين تقول انا كان ودي اني اجيب ناس يشوفونهم، بس بسبب كوفيد احنا تورطنا. زين وانا وياك نسولف وهي تبتسم وتخز راسها، معناته تفهم اللي انا قاعد اقول عليك بالكويتي. ها
ممكن
اي اوكي.
She knows what you're talking about. Okay.
We're saying we're talking in Kuwaiti very fast, but she's shaking her head. That means she knows what we're talking about.
No, I'm getting about 20% maybe on
Great,
on
that's
a good day.
That's a good percentage. Okay, Ambassador.
No. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Really?
I have a very
well.
something that involves space question. أهم سؤال. Who are you going to root for the Super Bowl? Tampa is my city now.
Oh wow! You know, you're really
Bucks.
putting me in a place where I'm a soccer fan. I'm a soccer mom. I don't follow American football anywhere near to tell you who I would. So I'd be completely neutral. Whoever wins, I'm for.
You cannot hook us on NFL and you change to soccer.
Imagine, huh?
But I'm sure I'll be watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But whoever wins is great.
We're all gonna
whoever wins is going to be great.
Kansas going to win.
Hopefully, yeah. The Bucks will win. Buccaneers. بسألها عن الأماكن اللي تحب تزورها في الكويت. Now, the favorite sites in Kuwait. I know you love 360, and I'm going to And I'm gonna show you also the Arena Kuwait. The Arena Kuwait that we're gonna visit after like 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
It is the biggest hall for multi-purpose in the region. It can accommodate 5,500 seats.
Wow.
It's big. It's for indoor tennis, for indoor soccer, okay, for anything indoor, also for concerts, for shows. And it's going to start operating very soon, hopefully after they allow, the medical people allows, the Ministry of Health allows such activity to start. After that, I'm going to show you Rafa Nadal Academy. I mean, Rafael Nadal, 360. Tamdeen made an agreement, and they named the academy after him. He came for the opening in Feb before COVID hit, and unfortunately, we did not get to have a media coverage for it as much as we want to. Right. But to attach an international name, number one player in the world in tennis, especially tennis is number two, right. Game worldwide. After soccer, you attach it to Academy in Kuwait. This is an international firm and something very beautiful. You'll be amazed to see how many tennis courts that we have inside and outside, and the activities that we have. Hopefully you're going to enjoy that. Aside from you loving all this already, what is your favorite sites in Kuwait?
Other than that, yes, no. I say, the Kuwait has some fantastic malls. Mm-hmm. 360, of course, avenues, even Marina Mall. Mm-hmm. I managed to visit all of them, and they're beautiful. They're mm-hmm. really beautiful malls, and they're fun to walk around. And there's a lot of activity going on.
Have you been to Al-Kut Mall?
I have not yet. It's on my list.
We have to take you.
Thank
That's
you.
also part of Tamdeen.
Okay. I'm a big outdoors person, so I love to be outdoors. So
mm-hmm.
hiking, biking, walking, swimming, etc. So Al Shahid Park is probably one of my. It's beautifully done. I can't wait till they get the third part of it built and organized. But it's wonderful. It's just it's quiet. It's cool. It's beautiful. They've done a great job. So I love Shahid Park. Mm-hmm. I love walking on the Corniche, like practically every Kuwaiti loves to do that.
Yes.
I want to explore more of Kuwait, the desert, and participate in a Kuwaiti tradition. I think it's called Kashte. Yeah. Excuse my Arabic.
No problem. You said it right. Don't worry.
I said it right. So I want to try and do that. And I looking forward to someday visiting Failaka Island. Getting out and really seeing more than just Kuwait City and just going out and seeing the coastline and Kuwait. So those are my favorite museums. I love museums. The very first museum I visited was Amriki Museum, but then I went to the Calligraphy Museum, which has some beautiful, beautiful pieces there. Very, very meaningful. Went to the Martyrs Museum again to commemorate the liberation. Yeah. And went to the Islamic Museum also, and I'm sure there are others. The Maritime Museum, because I've got a husband who's a U.S. naval officer in his career, and the first thing he wanted to do when he came here is let's go to the Maritime Museum. So off we went.
I'm glad he enjoyed it.
He loved it. He loved it. So did I. It was great.
طبعا سؤالنا كان شنو الأماكن المفضلة اللي هي تحب تزورها؟ قالت 360 أرينا. بس خلاص أقول بس أماكننا وبس.
كل المولات.
لا راحت 360 الافنيوز، وطبعا تزور المتاحف، المتحف العلمي،
المتحف البحري،
المتحف الإسلامي،
دار الآثار الإسلامية،
نعم، الآثار الإسلامية، وودها تروح كشته. فلازم نضبطها، لازم نطلعها كشته تشوف الشعب الكويتي، لأن you'll be surprised you'll see all of Kuwait going كشته at night time. Ambassador, وبعدين تو ذكرت عن سالفة تريلها، تقول إن زوجها كان بالبحرية. فأول شيء سواه قال لها وديني المتحف البحري. Tell us about the family background now. Okay, your husband is a naval officer.
He is a naval officer. I was born in the United States, and my father came from Poland. My mother is French Canadian, so I speak French. At this point, it's a bit rusty, but I get around. I was born in Cleveland, Ohio,
Hey, that's my city.
I know. That's your city.
شفت شلون؟
Okay.
شفتوا التايز؟ CSU lives the Browns. زين.
You probably remember a bit more about Cleveland than I did as a small child, but that's okay. We ended up really moving to Chicago when I grew up in Chicago. Did my university at University of Chicago and my studies there, and then moved to Washington, D.C. And we've been there for well over 40 years, and that's the story of my family. I have a sister. She lives in California. We're bi-coastal, as they say in America. And so we cover a lot of ground.
زوجها من البحرية الأمريكية، أبوها من بولندا، والأم فرنسية من كندا. عدل. انولدت في كليفلاند أوهايو، وبعدين شيكاغو، وبعدين راحت قعدت في DC. أختها في كندا.
California.
California or Canada? Okay. California. Kids?
Yes, I have 2 boys. They're young gentlemen. They've graduated from college, and they are off, doing their thing, working and figuring out what they're going to do in life.
Names? Ages?
Eric and Nicholas.
Eric and Nicholas. How old are they? What are we talking about?
Eric's 22. Nicholas is 25. Nicholas is in the financial management business.
Money.
You could say that. We'll see what that produces.
When someone tell you work in a financial, it's money on the paper. They don't get the money.
Mom and Dad are still helping him out.
Oh, wow. See, I told you, money on the paper.
It's the same agony.
It's same in Kuwait. Don't think it changes. And then Eric, of course, just graduated in December from the University of Maryland, and he's on to figuring out what he wants to do after. He plays soccer for Maryland. And so we're looking forward to his final season in the spring, because they delayed it for COVID. But anyway, so they're very active. And they are looking forward and to come to Kuwait. They really want to visit. So inshallah, as they say, soon.
Hopefully.
Soon.
نيكولاس وإيريك 22 ونيكولاس 25 سنة، في تخصص في الاستثمار في الأمور الاقتصادية في المالية. وإيريك طبعا تخرج عمره 22 سنة والآن قاعد يدور شغل، وإن شاء الله راح يجون يزورونها في دولة الكويت. When we say it's the same story, that means we spend until we die. No graduation, no marriage stops us from spending.
At one point in my life, I was talking to my father, and I said, well, Dad, aren't you really happy that, I've grown up, I'm on my own, et cetera, my family, et cetera. He said, what, are you kidding? He said, this is, until he passes away, it's an experiment, raising kids. It doesn't matter what age you are. So I hope that the Kuwaitis listening to this appreciate what my father said too.
So it's the same thing everywhere.
It's the same thing everywhere. It's the same thing everywhere.
انتشارك بكل شيء احنا.
We share the same pains.
Exactly.
Ambassador, thank you very much for being with us. We have a schedule with you to go, but any last thoughts you want to say?
No, I'm thrilled to be here in Kuwait. I've been so welcomed by Kuwaiti people. It's a great place to be, and I would really look forward to doing so much more with Kuwait to build a really strong relationship with the U.S. and Kuwait. We have many ways to do it, and we're just going to keep on going. So I look forward to celebrating next month, or actually this month. Here we are, the 2nd of February, and here we are.
طبعا تتطلع لبناء علاقات أقوى مع دولة الكويت ومع الشعب الكويتي، وهي وايد مستانسة بوجودها معنا في دولة الكويت، وإن شاء الله عيالها أيضا راح يجون ويزورونها، وهم متطلعين بعد أكثر أنهم يكونون في دولة الكويت. نشكرها وايد على تواجدها معنا في نبض الكويت، وهذه أول مقابلة إذاعية للسفيرة الأمريكية في دولة الكويت، وإحنا نفتخر أن هي اختارت نبض الكويت عشان تكون هني ونشغل الأغنية اللي أهدتها السفارة الأمريكية حق الشعب الكويتي.
خرعت أبغى في شيء ثاني أنا.
لا. He thought you wanted another request, but I said I'm going to play the song that you dedicated for the Kuwaiti.
I'm playing this in the background.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
خلكم معنا في نبض الكويت.